morning, well, maybe good afternoon, and welcome to another episode of Ryan Phelan's epic morning show in the morning or maybe in the afternoon. Um, Today, what is today? Today is, you've guessed it, or maybe you didn't guess it, Live Long and Prosper Day. So, why is it Live Long and Prosper Day? Well, quite simply, it's Leonard Nimoy's birthday. Leonard Nimoy being, of course, Spock, the pointy-eared guy on Star Trek. But it got me thinking. Um, when we greet each other or when we say goodbye, I used to be kind of a huggy guy or a handshake kind of person, a handshake and bring it in kind of guy. That's changed a lot, especially in business. People are not shaking hands. What are you doing? What is I'm interested to see what everybody's doing. What is their go-to now? I know people were flirting with the fist bump and the elbows, and we're doing like Muay Thai now. But knees, no. But touching the feet, what's the deal? I know one of the things, because I've spent a lot of my early years doing martial arts, and one of the things whenever we came into the classroom or seen one of a fellow student, because we all got quite close because we were all training pretty on the regular, we would all give each other like one of these, which is, I guess, is very translatable, because I did this to someone, and they're like, that is really cool. It's almost like namaste kind of thing, right? And I thought, oh, that's kind of an interesting thing. So I've reverted to one of my greetings. If I see somebody or I'm leaving, I'll give them a little um, one of those, whether you want to call it a namaste or whatever it may be. But that's sort of something that I've reverted to. I don't know what everybody else, maybe people are doing a bow, people are doing a fist bump or whatever. Let me know. Put it down in the comments to what you're doing. I just find it really interesting. And once, things are rolling, because the vaccines are kind of, rolling out. So once we are kind of back to a normal, are some of these things going to stick around? Are we going to go back to the handshake and the hug? I don't know if, the whole European kissing on the two cheeks thing is gonna fly, but, it'll just be interesting to see how things have changed. God, I'm long-winded. Speaking of change, when it comes to real estate, I can't help but think, with everything we've seen, and a tragic with what's happened with some of the long-term care facilities, but I can't help but think, is that going to change a bit, where people are just going to be that much more reluctant to go to an assisted care facility or a long-term care facility or retirement home, whatever you want to label it? Or are people going to, like my one grandmother that's still alive? She's staying at home. She lives in a bungalow, so I kind of think that bungalows are going to be something that's in high demand in the future. So, whether it be that you already have a bungalow in the family, if that's something, or I noticed that they're not really building more bungalows. It's like it's all 2 stories and like building upwards, right? Bungalows have a bigger footprint, so naturally they're going to be a little more pricey to build, just because the foundation and the concrete, it takes a little bit more money to build them. So I think that they are going to be in demand. I mean, you could say, well, what about apartments? But the problem with apartment, again, you have the volume of people coming in all touching the buttons. Or a bungalow, you come into your own home, you're separate. You can do everything on one level, especially if you bring the laundry up to the main level. There's, why feel the need to sell your home and move into something smaller? You have everything on one level. So keep an eye out. I'm telling you, I think bungalows are going to be the place to invest in. Maybe get a bungalow, and there's going to be in a bigger spread in your increase in price, because it just doesn't have stairs, and easier for elderly people or people that are challenged with mobility to get around. That is my thought for the day, and I know I'm kind of all over the place with it, but um, yeah, long and the short of it, bungalows, my friend, bungalows. um, and yeah, definitely live long and prosper. Hey, maybe that's, you know what, that would be really cool if we ended up doing that. You know, you look at Star Trek and the different things that have come out, and they say how Gene Roddenberry was so it was almost like he could tell the future, right? With the communicators, right? Um, and how many things were so close to coming true, the things that he predicted, right? Talking, the Skyping, and all that stuff. But yeah, live long and prosper, y'all, and stay epic. 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 Epic.